Joe Fraser here, and today's video is going to be short. I know I've said this before, but it really will be because I want to cover just one topic. And the topic is alt text, or commonly known and probably misused alt tags. And in all the verbiage that I have been following and actually I have been giving, we talk about needing to create an alt text or an alt tag for your photos when you're posting them. And the primary reason for that is that it helps enhance your visibility. It helps the SEO search engines find you. So I've said this, and I put it down in my videos, and I say add them, but I never really kind of thought, well, what does that really mean? How do you create an alt tag, and when do you use them, and how are they effective? So that's what this video is going to be about. Using alt tags or alt text for your photos, where you're going to put it, and hopefully that clarifies some understandings or misunderstandings with you when you're posting your photo, photos. It does require a little bit of work, but in the long run, it's well worth it. So let's begin. One of the key things we all know that search engine optimization is critical for your rise, for visibility, for your readers to find you, for new customers to find you. And basically what you've done is you've spent a great deal of time on your promotion, your blog, your website. You've added those key photos. And what is critical for the search engines is that you need to name them in such a manner that the search engine spiders, so to speak, go, hey, that looks interesting, and that's something that we can move to this rung on the ladder. And then on top of the name, you now have the ability to add what's called an alt text or an alt tag, which helps the search engines improve on finding you. So an example. This is a photo of my dog, and the original photo has a number assigned to it. That's what your camera does when you take a picture. You don't want to post this with that moniker on it because search engines don't know what it means. It means nothing to them. So then I would rename the photo, and I would call it Blaze on the Trail. Now the search engines are finding something concrete. They're finding the word trail, they're finding the word blaze. Assuming that my post and my site is about my dog, this is important. And you can do the same for your photos. Okay, so I'm presenting you an image that I posted on Facebook. And in case you don't know where you need or where you can find the alt tags, I thought I'd give you this slide. If you right-click on your photo, you will find a word that says inspect. So click on that, and what comes up is all the HTML coding on the right-hand side. And you will see where your image is described. Now, the description in the black is the normal description. The description I have in the red is what Facebook algorithms actually already added to my photo. I didn't do this. It actually helps a little bit because it adds a little bit to the photo for the search engines, but you'll see down at the bottom, I've added something where if I'm running a store and let's say I'm trying to sell the orange vest, then what I'll do is I'll add an alt tag change the image may contain people sitting and dog, and instead replace it with orange safety vest for black dog ready for a day on the trails. And what that does is that just narrows the audience down. It increases the photo's purpose, if you will, and it tells the search engines where and who you want people to see, or what your audience may want to be looking for. So if an audience is looking for safety vests, your search engines know that that's here, and they will direct your audience to your site. For example, if you're selling orange vests. And that's what an alt tag, a good alt tag, will do. Okay, so you now know where to find the area that you need to add your alt text to. And I want to give you 5 tips on how you create an effective alt text, or what you need to be looking out for. Number 1 is to be specific in your description. Make sure that what you call your photo is accurate. Don't call a photo of a dog a car, in other words. Keep your character count to less than 125 characters. It's easier than you think, but it's really, really important, because your search engine optimization process, you'll find that they'll actually cut your description off to that number. Try to use your keywords, but avoid keyword stuffing. So if your photo already has a couple of keywords in it, try not to have your alt text have another 4 or 5 or 6 keywords. Remember, your alt text gives you a broader way of explaining, of adding description, so anybody can understand what the photo is all about and the purpose of the photo. Even your form buttons, they should have alt text as well. Add them. Take a look at what's there and then add. Let people know what the purpose of your form button is. Don't assume that Google is already going to add the correct tag, if you will. And then, this is not necessary. You'll notice on my very first photo that the alt tag actually said image of dog. You don't need to put the image of or picture of. It's already taken for granted that this is a description of a photo or an image. So unless you really don't have anything to say in your alt tags, don't use up valuable characters by adding those. There's no reason. So I'm going to leave you with this. The reason you'd like to use alt text or alt tags is because it describes the image to your visitors. The search crawlers they can't see images, so they're taking your keywords, they're taking how you describe things and using that to rank, so they're important. You'll see on this last photo, it's a photo of a rainbow falling into the ocean past a cliff. Dusk. An okay alt text would be rainbow at dusk. The better alt text would be rainbow at dusk with a quote. And even better, if it was my photo, Jill Fraser's rainbow lighting the sea as it falls past a cliff at dusk with an inspirational quote from Zig Ziglar. All of that is 113 characters, well within the recommended maximum of 125. It's all doable. It takes time, as I mentioned at the very beginning. If you find your posts aren't being engaged in, if you find that you're not getting the traffic, take a look at this and maybe redo them and add your alt tags. Hopefully that explains things better, and I hope you enjoyed also this short, although it ended up being a little longer than anticipated, video.